So, you're thinking about buying or selling a home. Well, you're going to need to toss out the old playbook. Today, we're digging into the brand new rules of real estate.
That's right. That absolutely wild, chaotic market we saw over the past few years, the one with the insane bidding wars and people making offers without even seeing the house, yeah, that's officially over. We are in a whole new ball game now.
So, what does this new reality actually look like? Well, it's not a time to panic. Far from it. This is a market brimming with opportunity, but only for those who are prepared and strategic. If that's you, there are some serious advantages waiting.
The fundamental dynamic has done a complete 180. It's no longer about who can throw money at a house the fastest. Now, it's all about who has the smartest strategy, and that goes for both buyers and sellers.
But hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's dive into the hard data, because the numbers themselves are painting a really clear picture of a market that's finally cooled off and is finding its new equilibrium. First up, inventory. We're seeing a 0.8% rise in the number of homes on the market. Now, I know that might not sound like a huge number, but after years of houses being so scarce, it means one incredibly important thing. Buyers, you actually have more choices. And next, let's talk about timing. Homes are now sitting on the market for an average of 48 days. That tells you the frantic pace is gone. Buyers, you can breathe, you have more time to think, to get inspections, and to really consider your options without that crazy pressure cooker feeling. And what about prices? They're holding pretty stable, with a median price sitting just under $390,000. But the key here isn't the number itself, it's the pace. We are no longer seeing those wild, unsustainable price jumps month after month. The market is just way more predictable. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Mortgage rates. They're hanging out in the 6% range. And while, yeah, that definitely creates an affordability challenge, it also acts as a brake on the market. It keeps the crazy demand in check. And when you combine that with more houses for sale, you get the perfect recipe for some real, actual negotiation. So what does this all boil down to for buyers? It means it's time for a new playbook. If you are looking to buy a home, this market shift is your opening. Here's exactly how you can take advantage of it. Look, here are your new advantages, plain and simple. You've got more homes to look at, which means you can afford to be a little pickier. You have so much more room to negotiate on the price, on closing costs, even on repairs. You're facing way less competition, and honestly, you're just way more likely to find a seller who is truly motivated to make a deal. And listen, this isn't just theory. This is happening right now. Just check out this recent story. A buyer got over $11,000 in closing costs completely paid for by the seller. They even got a check back at closing. A couple of years ago, that was basically science fiction. This is what real negotiating power looks like today. So, the huge takeaway for buyers is this. These incredible opportunities aren't just going to fall into your lap. You have to be ready. You need your financing locked in, and you need to know how to spot these moments. Success in this market is all about being prepared to act strategically. Okay, let's flip the script and talk to all the sellers out there. If you're putting your home on the market, your whole strategy has to change. And you know what? It all boils down to one single critical factor: your price. We call this strategic pricing. It means you can't just glance at what your neighbor's house sold for a year ago and slap that number on your listing. No way. It's about analyzing today's market data to set a price that grabs the attention of serious buyers right out of the gate. As a seller, you basically have two paths you can take. You can price it strategically, and you'll get more interest, more showings, and a much stronger negotiating position. Or you can overprice it based on wishful thinking. And if you do that, your home is going to sit, you'll eventually be forced to make painful price cuts, and you'll hand all the power right over to the buyer. The choice is pretty stark, isn't it? For sellers, the message couldn't be simpler. Your listing price is the most powerful first impression you will ever make. Getting it right from day one is the absolute key to having a successful sale in this new market. So, let's bring it all together. It's crystal clear that this is a market that rewards smart strategy over pure speed. Winning right now is all about making intelligent, informed moves, whether you're on the buying side or the selling side. So let's just boil it all down. For buyers, the leverage has shifted back in your favor, so you need to use it. For sellers, your price is your superpower, so you have to use it wisely. And for absolutely everyone, this is a market that belongs to the well-prepared. And that really just leaves us with one final question. This isn't a market you should be afraid of. It's a market you need to be smart in. So, knowing everything you know now about this new strategic landscape, what's your opening move?